plane called Earth, there are certain kinds of attitudes expected. Okay. And that very first attitude is that you will have to be grateful for the Earth, because Earth has provided you this human body. It has come out of the Earth, right?
Yes.
And all the food you need to survive, to exist, will come from the Earth. So it's like the big mother, the great mother.
That's right.
For a human being here. So having proper respect towards Earth, Mother Earth, is very, very important. Okay, that's the first attitude expected from a human being. Secondly, there are 5 elements. Earth is one of the elements. And there are 5 elements like air, water, fire, sky, which are also required for a human being to exist, right? You'll have to bring the air, you have to bring the water, fire, for all kinds of things. All of these elements, they have to be respected too.
Yes.
Okay. So this respect is the first most important thing. This attitude of respect. And this is what should be taught. When a child is young, when you first get consciousness,
right,
that you are on Earth, and this is the fact, right? And this provides for you, and that's the great mother. So I think if this education was there, a lot of the problems which are there right now in the world will vanish. People not acting in the right way in so many different ways.
Yeah, I mean, beings could cultivate this type of attitude and this reverence for the Earth, then that would automatically stop a lot of actions that would be harmful to the Earth and harmful to the beings themselves for performing those kind of actions.
Yes. And along with Earth comes cows, because most people don't know that cow is a small fractal of the Earth.
Right.
So the same respect has to be for cows also. So like cows were made as a fractal of the Earth because of the big place.
Right.
But cow is a miniature form of it. And it has been in all cultures, like the ruler of the sign Taurus, the cow and the bull.
Right.
And the same sign Taurus rules over the Earth. So in various ways, different cultures try to make people understand, which was all coming from a Vedic source, with that Jyotish, that the sign Taurus is related to cow and Earth. So that respect of Earth, of cow, of nature, of the 5 elements, that's the first attitudinal thing required of being in a human body. You take human body here on this plane called Earth.
Yes. And it's a very like natural attitude and a very natural approach, to have, in which things have become so unnatural. It's just gotten very far away from that at this point.
Yeah, it is very natural, and it should be very natural. And that's why common sense is gone as well. Because with that naturality comes common sense too.
Right.
So now you have thousands of rules and laws for human beings, man-made, and still they can't make anything right. Right? They make 100,000 more laws every day. Still nothing works. Right? Because there is no naturality and common sense. Okay, so that is the first thing which has to be done. So this has to be taught and inculcated, and it has to be understood that it's a basic necessity. It's a minimum line, It's not a maximum thing. It's a minimum line, It's a basic minimum line which is required to be human and not do actions which will cause you harm as a being in the future.
Right.
Because if you don't have this, anything you do will cause you harm. Here on Earth, anything you do, any action you do on Earth will cause you harm without this attitude.
Yes. Yeah, if you don't get the first step right, then everything else from there is going to be wrong, right?
Yeah, it falls down. So it is so important. It's the basic bottom line, what we call bottom line.
Yes.
Bottom line. It's the bottom line. It has to be met. It's the basic minimum standard. However people want to understand it, because in these days people understand basic minimum standards for like industries and workplaces and all kinds of things. But this is the basic minimum standard for being on Earth in a human body. And it applies to everyone who takes up this human body. So, so this is the most important thing.
Expressing that type of attitude and that reverence, basically, what does that look like in terms of your actions? That just means kind of like moving toward a natural, like choosing natural things to either eat or dress with, or what does that respect look like in terms of action?
First, beings can just go on the earth barefoot for 5-10 minutes and just talk about the gratitude they have for us. Right?
Yes.
Like basic first step, you know, for people of now, that would be good enough to start. After that, you start doing more and more things in the future, you know. But everyone can start from that basic point, you know, of showing gratitude to Earth, standing bare feet, connecting to it, and at the same time expressing your gratitude verbally, internally, in all ways. So that's the starting point. And afterwards, beings will, once they get on that natural road, more naturality will come and more common sense will come, which will guide beings in the future.
Yes. Yeah, that type of action starts to change the being, or change us as beings from the inside out. So that's really, really beautiful.
Yes. The more one does it, the more, you know, people will start appreciating sunsets and other wonders of nature, and slowly it will build up.
Right.
In many ways, where you live your life, it will affect all areas of your life. The naturality and common sense. So, but that is the starting point. What I would choose to people to do.
Well, this is yes, right. It's applicable to anyone and everyone, which is so nice.
Yes.
Well, Pete, this knowledge is so foundational, and it's really wonderful that we get to hear this, because you don't really hear this from anywhere else. So, really grateful for your sharing this with us. It's really wonderful, Pete.